Police are looking for 4 suspects after 2 men were hurt in an armed robbery late last night. It happened along the 4200 block of Argosy Court around 11:45. A group of people with guns surrounded the victims and made them go back inside a building while the suspects searched the business. One of the victims was able to call for help at that time, and one victim had their wallet and bag stolen. Both victims had to be taken to the hospital. Now, no one has been arrested. Police are looking at security camera footage and believe both victims were targeted. If you have any information, you're asked to contact Madison Police.